channel. In today's video, we're gonna be making some football food. So every year in our house, we always look forward to football season, of course, because of the football games. But anytime there's a football game on, we always are wanting to make some yummy food, whether that's grilling out something or just making some stuff inside to snack on. So that's what we're gonna be doing today. I have 3 really yummy and easy recipes I wanna share with y'all. So hopefully you guys can make these at home. The first recipe we're gonna make are sausage pinwheels. You only need a few ingredients for this recipe. So I have 2 tubes of Crescent roll dough. I have a pound of just regular sausage. You could use spicy if you wanted to. We're gonna need about a half a cup of red pepper, so we're gonna dice that up. And then 8 ounces of cream cheese. Gonna brown up our sausage. I'm just using a medium-sized saucepan for this because once my sausage is nice and browned, I'm just put the rest of the ingredients in this pot instead of messing up another bowl. So get that working. So while my sausage is starting to brown up, we're gonna go ahead and dice our red pepper. Okay, so my sausage is pretty much brown. I'm gonna go ahead and add in my red pepper and just let that cook for a few minutes just to kind of let that red pepper soften up a little bit. And also, by the way, this recipe does have green onion listed in the ingredients, and you would add that in now also if you wanted to use it. My Walmart didn't have any that I wanted to buy, so I'm just leaving that part out. Okay, so my sausage is browned up. My peppers are nice and soft. And this part is also optional, but I like to always drain anything I use, or anything. I like to drain anything when I'm using sausage because it's pretty greasy. So I'm gonna go ahead and drain that on some paper towels, and then I'm gonna bring it back over here to the pot. So now I'm just taking my block of cream cheese, and I'm just gonna pop it right in there. Just gonna kind of mash it up a little bit. It'll start to melt. Once it does, we'll stir it all together. And then it'll be ready to put into our croissant rolls. All right, so everything's nice and browned up. That cream cheese is nice and melty in there. This already smells so good. It's already reminded me of Christmas. I guess because sausage balls, I really don't know. But I got my stove turned off, so I'm just gonna go ahead and set that to the side and get our croissant dough ready. All right, so I got my croissant dough laid out here on my cutting board, which I actually probably could use a bigger cutting board. Anyways, what you want to do is just pinch together all the little preparations on your crescent dough. That way it just holds together like one big piece of dough rather than all these little triangles. Alright, so now I've just brought my pot over here with all of my cream cheese and sausage mixture. And I'm just going to put half of this mixture in here because we do have that other tube of crescent rolls. So this makes 2 rolls. So like I said, you could even just freeze the other one, which I thought about doing, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and make it. I think we'll eat them for breakfast and stuff like that. And you wanna leave a little edge. Don't put your sausage mixture all the way quite to the edge because you're gonna roll it up and you don't want it falling out. So the recipe said to leave about 1/4 of an inch. Then next, we're gonna try to just roll it up like a jelly roll. And hopefully it stays together. Kind of pinching it, reinforcing it as I go. Gonna try to pinch it shut also over here at the end. Just a little bit. Hopefully everything stays together. It's trying to come out a little bit, but if it does here and there, I think it'll be okay. All right, so we got it all rolled up. Now all you're gonna do is cut it into little pieces. So you'll have little pinwheels like this. And I have a baking sheet over here with some parchment paper on it. Just gonna place them on top of that. Okay, so I changed my mind. I think I am actually gonna freeze the other half because as you can see, I'm cutting them pretty thick and it's making a good bit already. So we're gonna try that out. I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing just like I did these. I'm gonna roll them out, put the mixture in there, and I think you freeze it whole before you slice it. So I think you just put the whole thing in the freezer and then you cut it after it hardens a little bit. You don't let it freeze completely, but it just kind of hardens up and it will be a little bit easier to cut. So, and then you just stack them up and freeze them. So I think that's what I'm gonna do because this made plenty. This will be plenty enough for us. I'm sure we won't even eat all of these tonight, so. And these will just go in the oven for about 15 minutes. Okay, so ignore the mess of the house in the background. I had to try one. These are actually really good. They remind me of Christmas. I think because it kind of tastes like a sausage ball.
It's so good.
McKenna likes them? Daddy said he likes them too. These are really good. These will be really good for breakfast too, like I said.
Oh yeah, that will be good for breakfast.
Y'all gotta make these. Okay, the next thing we're gonna make are buffalo chicken potato skins. One of my favorite things ever, especially for football, is a dip, and especially buffalo chicken dip. So I thought, why not turn that into some potato skins? I already have 4 russet potatoes over here on the side. I think y'all can barely see them. I've already baked those up. I baked mine at 425 for about an hour and a half, maybe a little less. So now, we're just gonna open these up. I'm gonna slice them in half and scoop out the insides. I am gonna save the insides because perfect mashed potatoes. So we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna make some yummy buffalo chicken filling for these. So when you scoop out your potatoes, just leave a little bit in there. You don't want to scoop them completely clean. It just kind of helps hold the potato skin together. But I'm just gonna go ahead and place that over here on a baking sheet. We're gonna put some olive oil on there and put them back into the oven just for a minute, just to kind of enhance the flavor even more. Next, what we're gonna do is just take a little bit of olive oil and brush the insides of each little potato skin. So I just looked at my recipe to make sure because I thought that seemed like a lot of cream cheese, and it is. You don't add the whole thing. It says 6 ounces, but I'm just gonna go ahead and use half. That way I won't have 2 ounces of cream cheese. In my fridge, I'm more likely to use a half. So we're gonna microwave this to soften it. Okay, so my cream cheese is nice and softened. And I have 2 cups of cooked and shredded chicken over here. I'm just gonna add it in. Next, the recipe calls for 1/2 cup of shredded mozzarella. Honestly, any kind of cheese you have would be just fine. You could just use just cheddar, any kind really. But then the recipe calls for 1.5 cups of shredded sharp cheddar cheese. Next, we're gonna add 1/2 cup of hot sauce. We really like Frank's Red Hot, the wings in the buffalo flavor. But again, you can just eyeball this. I'm not gonna put, probably not quite 1/2 cup because my kids will eat it if it's not too spicy. And the last thing we're gonna add is 1 packet of ranch seasoning mix. I just have the big jar, so about 3 tablespoons of ranch seasoning. Now we're just gonna take our buffalo mixture and put them into our potato skins. If we have any left over, you could totally just bake it and use that as a dip. Even probably pop it in the microwave and get everything warm and that cheese melted. I'm gonna fill them up pretty good, and then you're supposed to top with just a little bit more cheese. All right, so I got all my potatoes filled and I only have a tiny bit left. So I'm just gonna pile that right on. These are gonna be really good and really filling. So these will be great if and when you can have people over for a football, because you know, people probably only eat one, maybe two, because they're so filling. All right, I'm gonna top these with cheese, and we're gonna pop these back in the oven for about 15 minutes until they're warm and bubbly and all that cheese is nice and melted. All right, I just tried a bite of the buffalo potato skins. These are so good. Oh my gosh, it's so messy. Hold on. Okay, that is so good. That brings my two favorite things in the world together. Potatoes, cheese, and buffalo chicken dip. That is really, really good. And I like it because it's a little something different, you know? So we'll definitely be having to make those again. Now we're gonna make the cookies. I have helper 1, and here comes helper 2 with her apron on. She went to get a hair bow. I'm gonna pull her hair up real quick. But we're gonna make the easiest pumpkin cake cookies of your life. I love making cake cookies. All you need is a box of cake mix. We're gonna use the yellow kind and a can of pumpkin. And that's it. You can also use a spice cake, box cake mix, and you can also add in like chocolate chips or anything else that you want, but we just think that yellow cake and pumpkin sounds really good, so that's what we're gonna do. So first, you're just gonna take your cake mix, dump it in the bowl. You ready?
I'm a sad pony.
It don't really matter because you can't even see your head in a video. The whole point is to be sanitary as I fix your hair in the kitchen.
Because you don't want to eat no hairy cookies.
No, we don't want no hairy cookies. It might be Halloween, but we don't want no hairy cookies.
It's fall, Mommy.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's smushy.
Mm-hmm. All right, we got them all dropped onto our cookie sheets. These are gonna bake at 350 for about 12 to 15 minutes or until a toothpick in the center comes out clean. All right, so my review for the pumpkin cookies, I tried them. I think the kids will like them. They're not overly sweet at all, so if you like something not too sweet, which I normally really do like, and I do like those, but they're more of like little cupcakes, like little flat cupcakes. They definitely don't have a cookie consistency to me, but they do taste really good. So let me know if you guys tried them. It's only 2 ingredients, so definitely try them and let me know what you think. So McKenna said they're delicious, right? She loves them. Come here. Hayden said, meh, right? Don't really care for them. So you guys try them. Let us know. All right, so that's gonna be it for today's video. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you're all doing great, hanging in there, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye, y'all.